prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis.
I just got goosebumps, bro, during that call out. That's a great fight.
That shit ain't nothing.
Breaking his recent silence, Gervonta Davis has now fired back at Keyshawn Davis for promising him a brutal beating.
At 147, how does a fight with you and Terrence Crawford look?
147?
147.
If I tap that train, you know he's going to sleep.
I already know.
Tank Davis has fought 3 times the number of Keyshawn Davis's fights, yet Keyshawn Davis believes he has what it takes to knock out the world champion. It takes some guts to dream that big.
Fight going.
I would knock Tank short ass out.
Damn.
Like Tank, you know, Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like Tank is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows that he got the power, he got the skill, the ability, he's patient.
Gervonta Davis is the money man in the lightweight division, and despite his fearsome power, there's a queue lining up to have a shot. The Baltimore puncher was inactive for over a year, following a statement stoppage of Ryan Garcia in 2023, but recently returned to the ring to defeat Frank Martin in similarly entertaining fashion. Despite snapping a career-long layoff of 14 months, lightweight superstar Gervonta Tank Davis proved on Saturday that he, indeed, ain't afraid of no ghost, or any other fighter for that matter. Davis, whose team was dressed in Ghostbusters gear as he walked to the ring inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena to the movie theme song, took care of unbeaten top contender Frank the Ghost Martin with relative ease to defend his WBA title at 135 pounds.
Everybody just do all that. Like Tank is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows that he got the power, he got the skill, the ability, he's patient. You know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short motherfucker can't touch me. And
in his first fight since knocking out Ryan Garcia in their blockbuster pay-per-view card last April, with a 44-day jail term in between for violating the terms of his house arrest, the 29-year-old Davis looked both menacing and spectacular in how he repeatedly walked down Martin before viciously stopping him at 129 of round 8. After a slow start, which he ascribed to being rusty, Davis began to routinely walk Davis from corner to corner and unleash power shots after taking away his opponent's jab due to the threat of his power. Eventually, that same power caught up with Martin as Davis landed a left uppercut in the corner to stun him before nearly knocking him out cold with a left cross. Martin, 29, was wobbly as he reached his feet at the count of 10, but referee Harvey Dock waved off the fight after looking into his eyes. "I was rusty, but it was okay because I'm back," Davis said. "A couple of rounds, I felt like I completely needed a warm-up, but it's okay. His footwork wasn't bothering me. I knew he would tire out. That's why we decided to just stand there and be a target for him so he could tire himself out throwing punches." Davis, who targeted the body throughout, landed an absurd 53% of his power shots, according to CompuBox, in the PBC on Prime Video PPV main event. Martin landed slightly more punches overall, but it was the trademark efficiency of Davis that won out as he went on to land 44% of his total punches. "It was the uppercut that hurt him. Boom," Davis said. "I've been around for a long time, and I have been training since I was 7 and competing since I was 8. It's like second nature for me. It's just about staying focused and making sure my mind is on the road to coming out on top." Although Martin was able to gain back respect at times by exploding out of the corner with clean left hands to keep Davis away while causing a bruise around his right eye, he was never able to follow up with anything menacing enough to keep Davis from unleashing relentless pressure over the final rounds. "I feel like in the beginning I was in control, but then I got a little too comfortable," Martin said. "I stopped doing my movement, and once I stopped moving, he was hitting me with big shots. When I stopped doing my thing, he started hitting me big. It was just me trying to figure out what I could do to try to slow down the pressure that was coming." However, should Tank Davis want to give a shot to a contender, Keyshawn Davis is waiting in the wings. The 10-0 pro and Olympic silver medalist is trained by Terrence Crawford's coach, Brian Bomac McIntyre, and was most recently out with a stoppage win over Jose Pedraza. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, Davis said he wants a world title, but not just any, the one that currently belongs to Tank. "Really just a world title at this point, man. I have done a lot in this sport. Been to the Olympics, knocked guys out, beat a former world champion. I did a lot while I'm 10. 0? That's why people are watching me right now. So at this point, I need a world title to really solidify. I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. That stuff ain't nothing. I would knock Tank's short head out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. Everybody knows he's got the power, the skill, he's patient, but I know who I am. That little short guy can't touch me. I'm coming with that same stuff he came with, and he knows that. If you want to fight, send me a contract, bro.
That little short motherfucker can't touch me, and I'm coming with that same shit he coming with, and he know that. His coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Talks to go fight the nigga from Cuba. No, nigga, I'm gonna fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What the fuck is you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm...
Responding to Keyshawn Davis, Gervonta Davis posted a tweet he later deleted on X. All these little guys think they can do what the big guys couldn't do. My least opponent will finish you. Idiot! Well, Keyshawn doesn't currently feature in the World Boxing Association rankings, so won't be getting a mandatory shot anytime soon. But he is number 3 with the World Boxing Council, International Boxing Federation, and World Boxing Organization. He faces Mexico's big-hitting Miguel Madueno this weekend on the undercard of another lightweight champion and close friend, Shakur Stevenson. Now with one defense of his 135 pounds WBA world title under his belt, fans want Tank to keep his activity and level of opposition up. His team is now targeting a unification against IBF champion Vasily Lomachenko. In an interview with Boxing News, top-ranked promoter Bob Arum hinted at a possible date for the aforementioned fight.
When that happens, then the suits sit down and try to work out the economic terms and put it together. And I'm optimistic that they'll...
Arum acknowledges the draw that Gervonta Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko possesses. The top-ranked promoter called Stevenson's last fight not entertaining despite Shakur grabbing the victory. The 92-year-old promoter claimed the previous conversations with PBC to be a step ahead for Davis versus Lomachenko. He then went on to reveal a possible date for the fight to take place. Hopefully we'll put it together expeditiously for sometime in November, said Bob Arum. The veteran promoter named November as the month for a possible showdown between Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko.
No.
You know, I know networks, you know, you got ESPN obligations, Amazon. Does this one of those fights like Wilder Fury that have to be kind of co-promoted?
Don't worry, the networks are cooperative.
Arum does not rule out the possibility of a potential matchup for Tank against Stevenson. Claiming Shakur to be a terrific fighter, the top-ranked promoter looks for a possible opportunity for Davis to step in to fight the 26-year-old. Bob Arum again took some time to talk to Fight Hype about the prospects of finally securing a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko.
Negotiations will go very well between the sides.
When originally, back in the day, when Tank and Lomachenko was being talked about, Floyd went in and said that he wanted to...
As Arum explains, while there was a time in the past that the fight was being discussed and may have perhaps been of bigger significance, he says there's no point in dwelling on that now and that he doesn't expect there to be much difficulty in making that fight now. Arum on the likelihood of successfully negotiating a Tank versus Lomachenko fight. We know that both fighters want the fight. So when that happens, the suits sit down and try to work out the economic terms and try to put it together. And I'm optimistic that they'll do that and that the fight will happen. But until it's signed, you don't know. He was also asked about the different networks that would need to be involved in making that fight.
Negotiations will go very well between the sides.
When originally, back in the day, when Tank and Lomachenko was being talked about, Floyd went in and said that he wanted to make...
He said, don't worry, the networks are cooperative. You can't blame the networks if the fight isn't made. It's the people who are involved with the fighters who are not being realistic. But I don't think that to be the case. I think the negotiations will go very well between the sides. Bob Arum was also asked if a Tank versus Lomachenko fight is at its peak commercial value. He then responded, I don't know if it's the best or not, but this is the time that it can be made, and they're both coming off big victories, so it's all good. At a particular other time, would the fight have meant more? I don't know. Maybe. But you can't look back at that. We're at this time now in the career of both guys, and it's a very interesting, intriguing fight.
Who are involved with the fighters, who are not being realistic, but I don't think that's to be the case. I think that the negotiations will go very well between them.
Keyshawn Davis showed up and showed out when he scored a sensational 6th-round stoppage victory against former title holder Jose Pedraza in February.
The nigga from Cuba. No, nigga, I want to fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What the fuck is you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a...
The scorching hot performance from the lightweight upstart Davis has now set up another slugfest against Miguel Madueno on July 6th. The bout will be televised on ESPN during WBC lightweight title holder Shakur Stevenson's defense against Artem Harutyunyan at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. While Pedraza was 35 years old and fading fast, the hard-hitting Madueno, who is 25 years old like Davis, will be looking to live up to his nickname of Explosivo when he brings his 90% knockout ratio into the ring. He has power and likes to throw a lot of punches, but I'll be fighting differently and smarter, Davis told Boxing Scene. He's tough and is coming to fight. He's going to bring the fight to me. It's going to be a crowd-pleasing fight that ends in my favor. I never have a problem with confidence. The Pedraza fight taught me a whole lot about myself. I got a lot better off of that fight. I feel bad for Miguel. Davis believes he is ready to make the leap just 10 fights and 3 years into his pro career.
For Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis.
I just got goosebumps, bro, during that call out. That's a great fight.
That shit ain't nothing.
How did you see that fight going?
I would knock Tank short ass out.
Damn.
Like, Tank, you know, Tank.
The 2020 Olympic silver medalist said he is ready for top competition at 135 and 140 pounds. Davis is signed to Top Rank, and he has a healthy diet of potential dance partners to consider should he look good moving past Madueno. Chief among them are Teofimo Lopez Jr., Vasily Lomachenko, Emmanuel Navarrete, and Raymond Muratalla. Davis and Stevenson are close friends and have ruled out the thought of ever fighting against each other, while Lomachenko appears all in on fighting Gervonta Davis. A fight between Teofimo and I would sell on pay-per-view, said Keyshawn Davis, who has recently been beefing with Lopez. I'm willing to fight on his terms. It's whether or not he wants to make the fight happen. My name is definitely bigger than his June 29th opponent Steve Claggett. Mexico's Madueno is a 7-year pro whose 2 losses have come against Claggett and Jezreel Corrales via unanimous decisions. I'm a main event fighter now. I would love to headline my own event by the end of the year, said Davis. Recently crowned World Boxing Organization lightweight title holder Denis Berinchik called out Davis following his upset win over Navarrete in May, and Davis believes that could be the optimal route to getting his first title shot.
You know what I'm saying? So also go fight the nigga from Cuba. No, nigga, I want to fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What the fuck is you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me.
I would love to fight and beat Berinchik and take his belt away from him, said Davis. I hope he is willing to fight me. I feel nobody can beat me. I am one of the best at 135 pounds. Pedraza made me show the world that I am one of the best. I am ready to fight anybody. It's just a matter of when I can get a belt or a bigger name in the ring. This generation has a lot of talent, and everybody is beatable. We don't know who's the best yet. Everyone is losing, and the playing field is starting to get even, and I am ready to put myself in the mix. I know I am just as good as those guys, and better.
We've been doing this since we was kids. We've been talking about this since amateurs, and Brick City loved me. And this is my 3rd time coming back here, so I just expect, the fans to embrace me again as I make that win entrance.
Miguel, I'm going to turn over to you. Miguel Explosivo Madueno, 31.
Raymond Muratalla is calling me out, but I would rather prove myself with my back against the wall. It's whether or not these top guys are going to fight me or not. Undefeated lightweight contender Raymond Muratalla is out to make a name for himself in the talent-laden 135-pound division.
Fight first, like who would expect Frank Martin fighting Tank, especially after the fact, he didn't fight Shakur. So you don't really never know who will get the fight first. I'm at a level where I am ready. So, whoever Tank will want to fight first, it's really up to that man. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of...
Muratalla will take on former world champion Tevin Farmer on July 13th in a Top Rank on ESPN event at Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. The California product hopes a win brings him closer to challenging for a world title against one of the division's elite. In a recent interview, the 27-year-old Muratalla tabbed boxing superstar and WBA 135-pound world champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis as the world's best lightweight, and tipped him to beat International Boxing Federation counterpart Vasily Lomachenko if their potential November unification bout takes place. If I have to rank the top lightweights in the world currently, I think Tank is first, then World Boxing Council champion Shakur Stevenson, then Lomachenko, and then International Boxing Federation champion Denis Berinchyk, said Muratalla. Tank and Loma's fight will be a good one, and I think if Loma can box throughout the fight, he can do something. But all in all, I believe Tank will win. I think his power will be too much for Lomachenko in later rounds of the fight. Muratalla, rated number 2 by both the World Boxing Council and the World Boxing Organization at lightweight, is eager to place himself in the mix of these high-profile fights. I'm willing to fight any of the 4 champions in the division. I think my power can change a fight easily, and that's another great fight with Tank if it happens. Shakur is another fighter that we want, and as long as he is with Top Rank, we can make that one happen for sure, Muratalla said. Either the World Boxing Council title or the World Boxing Organization is fine for me. I'll take any of those offers. Muratalla has also been called out by undefeated lightweights Keyshawn Davis and William Zepeda. On a possible fight with Phenom Davis, Muratalla said, "I like Davis. I want to fight him too, but it all depends on Top Rank to make the fight, and hopefully we can make that happen for the fans."
2 guys with a high IQ, man. It was just a chess match. They both were just kind of like on the fence of getting countered, so it was one of those fights,
Regarding the hard-hitting Zepeda, Muratalla believes he doesn't bring enough to the table. I don't think Zepeda can trouble me with his counterpunching skill at all because I think I am too big, too strong, fast, and quick. My IQ in the ring is different to these guys, and I can't wait to show it when I face them. Muratalla's skills might bring him success in the ring, but he believes he'll need to do more in order to gain the kind of recognition and attention he believes he deserves. It seems I have to be talking more trash to raise my profile. I think that is what is missing, and I need to start doing that more to get the fights, he said. I've always been a no-nonsense guy. I started boxing at a very tender age, and I have always trained hard because it is a dangerous sport. I think I'm right there. Hopefully, I get that shot before the champions and the division unifications. I deserve to be in that conversation. While Gervonta Davis's next opponent is likely Vasily Lomachenko. However, his fight against Gervonta Davis has also seen many boxers make their predictions, including Keyshawn Davis. Boxing aficionados are buzzing in anticipation of the exciting face-off hinted between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. But according to breakout talent Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson may have the upper hand in this thrilling matchup. The Olympic silver medalist recently shed light on why he thinks Shakur beats Gervonta Davis. Keyshawn Davis, the promising American boxing prospect, confirmed his stance in a recent interview, highlighting Stevenson's superior boxing skills, tactical ring awareness, and his spotless track record as reasons behind his bold prediction. Gervonta Davis's comments underscored Shakur's potential to conquer this forthcoming duel. Shakur has studied that style for a long time. He knows how to handle it. He's got the advantage, said Keyshawn Davis, cementing the notion that Shakur has the technical experience and understanding of the sport required to best Gervonta. Stevenson, the World Boxing Organization junior lightweight title holder, boasts a flawless professional record against some ferocious opponents. His well-honed skills, complemented by his swift footwork and surgical precision, make him a formidable force in the ring. The New Jersey native's impressive standing in the sport reaffirms Davis's my prediction of him prevailing over Gervonta. On the other hand, Gervonta Davis is no pushover. The 3-division world champion is known for his staggering power and ability to captivate audiences with his exhilarating performances. Although Davis stands undefeated, Keyshawn Davis believes that the Tank might finally meet his match in Shakur Stevenson. I'm not saying Gervonta ain't going to give Shakur a run for his money, but in the end, it's Shakur who accepts the challenge, said Davis, acknowledging Tank's undeniable prowess, but maintaining his faith in Shakur's superior skill set. Keyshawn Davis is not alone in his opinion. Several boxing professionals echo his beliefs and are equally excited to see Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis cross paths in the ring. While both Davis and Shakur are young talents, their potential face-off is already being billed as a classic bout by enthusiasts across the globe. In conclusion, Keyshawn's conviction in Shakur's abilities is a testament to the latter's intrinsic talent and consistent performance over the years. His faith in Shakur overcoming Gervonta not only adds to the growing hype around this possible exhibition, but also intensifies the anticipation leading up to the actual showdown. The world eagerly awaits to see whether Stevenson proves Davis right, and in doing so, sets new standards for the art of boxing. And that's all for now. What are your thoughts on a possible matchup between Keyshawn Davis and Gervonta Davis? Let's know your thoughts in the comments section. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.